Alabama, the Rocket City. 8 Irish TY students have touched down here at the US Space and Rocket Center, where they'll train like real NASA astronauts. One day, one of these Irish space cadets might set foot on Mars.
NASA's gonna want us after this.
But they'll need to prove they have what it takes first during their Space Camp Challenge.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Storm!
Huntsville, Alabama in the USA, known as the Rocket City because of the massive Saturn V rockets that were built here. Those rockets brought Apollo 11 to the moon in 1969, when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first people to walk on the lunar surface. Michael Collins waited for them orbiting the moon in the capsule. No, not that Michael Collins, this Michael Collins. For the next week, our Irish space cadets will be training like real NASA astronauts. It's one small step for them, but it could be a giant leap towards a career in the space industry.
Ever since I was a child, I just loved science. I just want to get an insight into the space industry, not just like astronauts. I want to learn more about those who are behind the scenes.
Ever since I was a kid, I've loved watching people like David Attenborough and Brian Cox on TV, and I'd love to one day be able to work with NASA building rockets or actually going up into space.
I really like messing around with technology, learning all the little bits of things that were made especially for space. I'd love to work on the type of technology that actually makes space exploration possible.
The Space Camp team will put the Irish cadets through their paces as they master science, engineering, problem-solving, teamwork, and building and launching a rocket. They'll even meet real-life, actual astronauts who've been to, you know, actual outer space.
You're too tall.
The average age of an astronaut is like 35, I think. And I'm only 16 now. You know, that's like only about half my life dedicated to it, so I don't see why I won't be able to make it.
My dad is big into space. He'd head up the mountain with me and point out all the star constellations to me, such as the Orion or the Big Dipper. So coming here would give me a bigger insight into the whole, what it's like to be an astronaut and the whole space industry.
And they will face one of the toughest astronaut challenges.
Ready? Have a
Trying
seat.
to poo in space.
Oh my goodness!
That's damn close.
Perfect!
Being here is brilliant. I hope to continue when I'm older to have a career in NASA or a NASA contractor or something like that. And it's a really good experience, and it's really fun.
I've generally always had an interest in space. I'd say I got my first space book when I was about 5, I'd say. Then I got really interested in space from that.
And if that's not enough, at the end of it all, they're going to Mars. Well, a simulated trip, because no one has actually been to Mars yet. NASA are going in the next 20 years, so who knows? One of these 8 Irish space cadets might just be going with them.
You know, being here is just like everything has come to life. If I have the opportunity and ability to be an astronaut, that would be, amazing.
First up for our cadets is the 1/6 chair. The next big NASA mission is Artemis, which plans to put people back on the moon for the first time in over 50 years. So if any of this lot want to be there, this will give them some much-needed moonwalking practice. Space Camp instructor Brian will take them through the first challenge of the week, one step at a time.
So, does anyone want to take a guess on why it's called the 1/6 chair?
Because it reduces
1/6 gravity?
Yes, it is 1/6 of Earth's gravity. So, you're gonna feel like you're walking on the moon. On the moon, we have 3 different types of movements that you can do. You're gonna do a bunny hop. You're gonna put your hands like a bunny because that's how it works. It gives you more speed and it makes you look a lot cooler. And you're just gonna bunny hop like this, all the way down.
And just in case you're thinking, who would bunny hop on the moon? The answer is Gene Cernan, the last man to walk on the moon in 1972. Take it away, Gene.
Hippity hoppity, hippity hoppity, hippity hopping over hill and dale.
That looks like a load of fun, but this isn't just about having fun. Imagine if you weighed 36 kilos and suddenly you were just 6 kilos. That's what would happen if you went to the moon. So knowing how to get around would be really helpful.
And then the last one, this is the really cool one. is the slow motion run. This one is also the most difficult one because trying to push off with just one foot is not easy. And then after that, you can freestyle.
Beautiful.
We have a small helmet and a medium helmet. If you have a small head, use the small helmet. If you have a medium head, use the medium helmet. And if you have a large head, use the medium helmet. Okay, give me a little test hop. All right, go ahead and bunny hop. You gotta do the hand, there you go. You gotta push yourself forward. All right.
What? Not like a tennis smack.
It was such a weird feeling being like 1/6 of like your weight. Jumping was fine, but trying to actually move forward, that was a bit tricky because you just kept going up instead of forward.
All right, go ahead, stand up for me.
Whoa, why's everything so heavy all of a sudden, guys?
Look at the way his feet land just on his tiptoes. Twinkle toes.
You got this, be the bunny. Look at that motion, like she has it down. Felt really light and you felt like it was even hard to nearly push forward. You just nearly kept going up all the time. If I could jump that high in a gym match, I'd be wicked good catching the ball.
Oh, the golf is so weird.
He's very speedy, very agile.
Still doing the bunny hands.
Whoa.
We're probably meant to do more serious walking, but jumping is a lot more fun.
Why are we going backwards?
That way.
I think if I had a bit of practice, I could definitely wrap my head around, you know, microgravity, and it was a really cool experience.
How does it feel?
That was so fun. Oh, it's really cool. How'd you find it?
It's actually good.
Yeah, it's weird.
The running part was so weird.
Yeah, I couldn't run.
You got this, Jack. Now, come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Bounce far, bounce well.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible hands. You need better hands, Jack. Come on.
It was weird. It felt all right, as if the force was coming from the bottom and that I was being pulled up rather than it just being spread around my whole body. That is the least comfortable chair I've ever sat in my life.
Hey, don't jump aside.
Baby reveal.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell?
Don't be dramatic.
I'm not dramatic, bro. It's actually sore. Oh, I'm blowing up.
I don't think that's how it works.
One.
This lot are all determined to get to the moon. But Finton has a particular dream for when he finally gets there. To perform some lunar karate kicks. He has a black belt, so they will look good.
When I was doing my karate kicks, I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be the best, like, feeling now to be the first Irish person on the moon or the first person who karate kicks on the moon?
All right, guys, so how was it? Yeah? You think it's easy to walk on the moon?
No.
Do you think that you could do it?
Yeah.
Totally.
I think Finn
some of us could
has
do
the
it.
best run, not gonna lie.
Swear.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Are you sarcastic?
No, it's
No, it was good,
It
right?
actually was good.
What can I say? Brian, the instructor, said that my run was the best one with the karate kicks and everything. So, I mean, that was a great way to start off the challenge. So I was delighted with that.
It's been a physical start to space camp. I think it's time for these 8 to use their brains.
All right, what you guys are gonna be doing is constructing a rocket under a budget that launches an extronaut. I get it, egg.
Okay, so basically, the space cadets need to build this. Well, just a lot smaller. But just like the Saturn V, the model rockets should have a nose cone, a payload, a long body containing parachute and an engine, and they'll need to fly at least 3 meters high. And the extronaut needs to make it back safely.
I know for a fact it only has to go 3 meters high to pass, but who wants that? You want to go as high as you can to the sky. Bigger risk, bigger engine, more fun.
The cadets have been split into 2 teams. Daniela, Asia, Jack, and Sinead are up against Connor, AJ, Fintan, and Aoife.
Perfect. Let's get started.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
If you use different stages, like 2 stages instead of 1, do you get more points?
Ooh, that's a clever question. A 2-stage rocket has an extra engine and should go higher. You do get extra points, but they're harder to build.
You have a potential to get 50 more points, but you also have the potential to lose
Yeah, it's not
more
right.
points.
It's not right. A 2-stage rocket would definitely be more impressive. It's just that a 1-stage rocket is a lot less risky, and for only 50 more points, I don't think it's worth the risk.
The 2 teams get straight down to designing their rockets. And there are decisions to be made about everything, from the shape of the nose cone to the size of the engine, and they've got to stick to a budget.
Where's the budget thing? I want to look at that.
So 5,000 is our budget.
We're going for the biggest, most powerful rocket, the biggest, most powerful engine, and the medium 2. We're aiming for pure power.
If we can get like an extra piece of cardboard in here, right, and put 1 piece of cotton wool stretched out around here, it'll sit in there like a nest. Put an extra piece of cardboard here, tight, then put this around here like that, glue it all together. So that if he wants to see the egg, you can just basically just cut it out because nothing actually sticking to it. Yeah, the nose cone on top. Exactly.
I'd say we only need 1 cup. What if we made like a little coat for the egg out of packing peanuts?
The number 1 aim of every mission is to get your astronauts back to Earth safely. So it's good to see both teams focusing on extreme safety in their capsule design.
Well, there's a few questionable ideas out there, but I'm trying to guide them on the right path. They're looking pretty good, though. I like the communication that's going on between the team and the ideas that they're coming up with.
It was a really smart idea to wrap the packing peanuts around the egg to protect it and to cushion it from any impact. So that was a really good idea from Asia.
Will we do packing peanuts first to make more space?
Yeah.
And then cotton buds on top?
See, we want it snug like.
Very snug.
Snug's above the rug, like. What?
There was actually good. Their cups with this that they blow
Their one's actually done right.
They've used so much money in the styrofoam.
I think they're already worried about our payload capsule. Our egg is going to be wrapped up in these little foam packing peanuts. I could hear Connor say that we're doing it right, so I think they're already worried.
What about this corner? Or this paper?
I hear this is class.
I think they're getting on a little bit better on their team because it's a much simpler design. We decided to go with the 2-stage rocket, so it's a lot more effort, a lot more stress, but hopefully it's going to be all worth it when we build and test our rockets later on in the week.
Both teams are very confident during the design stage of their rockets, but we won't find out who comes out on top until later on in the series. Astronauts need to think clearly under pressure. Let's see if the cadets can remain calm among the treetops in their first forest challenge.
This is the pamper pole. It's a 16-meter high pole. And so the goal is to climb up, turn around, and jump off. It's probably one of our most nerve-wracking high elements because it is a little bit more exposed and you do get a little bit of wobble up there at 16 meters. You excited for it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You done anything like this before?
No.
No, never?
How do I look?
Oh, damn, that's a fit.
Do I look good?
All right, this is a mock-up of the top of the pole up there. You just bring your foot up like so. The rope dangling in front of you. You're going to jump for it. Does that all make sense? Yeah. All right.
I'd like y'all to line up from most excited to least excited. So my most excited people will be down here, and my people who want to wait a little bit more will be on this end.
I don't think the order changed at all except for Fintan.
So she asked me who was most excited, and I put up my hand because I was. What's wrong with being excited? I mean, I was always enthusiastic just to try out everything, you know what I mean?
All right, you are anchor number 1. You are anchor number 2.
I want to be the first to try everything, you know? I want to be the first to do everything. First Irish astronaut as well, so, yeah.
Each cadet will go up on their own, but they'll be linked through a series of safety ropes held by the other cadets on the ground. Learning how to be safe is going to be a big part of the training here at Space Camp.
They're shaking.
It moves! The top moves!
Ooh, That's even tougher. The disc on top of the pole spins around. This really is a balancing act.
I can't do it. That's actually hard.
You got this, man. You can do it. You got this. You got it, man. Come on.
The top platform spins a little bit, so that is intentional. We're trying to see how you're gonna adapt to change, because definitely at space camp or being an astronaut, you do have to be able to adapt on the fly.
I see it. It's menacing looking at me.
That looks so high. Can he jump?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I gotta go back.
No, you did not.
Walk him in slow. Keep the line tight. It started shaking at the top, though, and I was like, nah.
Next up, it's Asia.
I'm a bit nervous after seeing Finton, if I'm being quite honest, but I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
I jump off, I'm absolutely gonna scream.
Asia has been a space nut since she was a kid. And Tim Peake is her favourite astronaut. Remember him? He loved playing water bubble ping pong in space. Well, who wouldn't?
There we go. Thank you for that. Oh, lads. What the? Ah, it moves. Why is it so wobbly?
Whenever you're ready, jump for the rope.
You got this, Asia.
Oh yeah, did I mention that there's a bell at the end of the rope? You don't have to make it ring, but we know they all really want to.
Oh, lads. I have pins and needles in my entire body.
Jack is next, and he looks like he was ready for that spinning disc at the top. He flies up onto it.
Whoa! I'll go over this way. Yeah, I can see it.
Whenever you're ready, jump for it.
Whoa!
Nice. That was a good long jump.
That was grand. It was fun, like. Split second where I thought I'd die, but.
That was good.
Oh, he made it look effortless.
Yeah, but the thing is, I am probably the best. Now, listen, let me explain.
I'm not mad, so I am feeling nervous.
I was the first person to try. I'm enthusiastic. It's the mental thing.
Next to go is Connor. Can he get a ring out of that bell? Oh, so close.
Oh, God. Oh, that hurt.
As long as I touched the rope, we're happy. No one has yet, like. Don't look down.
The rest of the space cadets don't hang around and are speeding up the pole. They've been watching each other and coming up with a strategy. They all want to be first to ring that bell.
What I realized is, like, the faster you go, like, the less it has time to wobble, if that makes sense.
You're about to touch the top.
It really does change your perspective when you're actually up there, because you see the disc on there, and apparently it was spinning as well. Didn't know this.
Yep. Yeah!
But, like, once you're at the top, there's, like, nowhere else you can go except down. So you just have to jump.
Missed it.
Well done, Aoife. The first bell ringer.
No one else touched the bell before me. Got that anyway, so it's happy out.
Yeah!
Do your best pose.
There we go.
Went for the jump and worked out fine, so.
I think today was good, and it was definitely different than yesterday, which, you know, I hope tomorrow's different than the other days too, and we keep on doing different things because they're fun. They're great.
Today was a good team bonding day, so I felt it was good overall and brought us probably closer, which will be good for the next couple of challenges. We're 8 Irish transition year students with one shared interest: space and everything about space. We started to design our own rockets and we started astronaut training. I can't wait to see what they have planned for us next.
We know it's going to be tough. We just don't know what challenges they have in store for us yet.
Whatever it is, I can't wait to do it.
There have been astronauts who have gone to space that came here to do the same course as us when they were our age. That gets us all thinking, we could do that. We could go to space as well.
Space Camp is going to prepare us for 2 big missions. The first one being the International Space Station, and the second one being the mission to Mars.
I can't wait for it.